Well, I got one video outside. If I tried to do it today, I would just be dripping in sweat. And I decided that no one would enjoy a video where I am dripping in sweat. So anyway, thanks for joining me. We are in the midst of a series called How to Thrive in Seasons of Uncertainty. Because if there is anything we can be certain of, we are in a season of uncertainty. I started off the series talking about our physical bodies and how we can thrive physically in seasons of uncertainty. I started off the series talking about the need to have a compelling why. If we don't have a compelling why, we are not going to follow up with our fitness goals. Last week I talked about eating because you know what? We are what we eat. I gave 10 tips. Hopefully you can take away a couple of them to help you have a more healthy relationship with food. I'm going to wrap up the physical part of this series today, just giving you 10 kind of random tips about exercise and some other things that we can do to thrive physically in this time of uncertainty. So we're going to start off with sleep. We need to prioritize sleep. In fact, over the years, I have learned that I have to prioritize sleep above all else. Believe it or not, you guys, sleep is more important than exercise. If you're interested in the research, go to my blog. I have a link in there that you can check it out. I have learned over the years that if I do not sleep 9 hours, which I know is a lot of sleep, I've tried to get less sleep. But if I don't sleep 9 hours, I can go a couple days, but I need 9 hours of sleep to really thrive. And if I don't, I get crabby and irritable. I don't run well. I don't exercise well. I'm tired. And man, everyone around me suffers. And so I have learned that no matter what, I have to prioritize sleep. And not just because of those things, but I'm going to tell you a couple other reasons why sleep is so important. You guys, lack of sleep is linked to obesity. So there's so many studies out there that the less sleep you get, there is a much higher chance that you are going to be overweight or obese. Secondly, sleep is the key to recovery. You need sleep in order to recover from a hard day's work or a hard workout. Third, sleep is linked to anxiety and depression. I think that's a no-brainer. I think people really get that. The less sleep we get, man, the more anxiety and depression we really experience. Also, sleep improves immune function. Man, we really need some strong immune systems right now. Sleep improves athletic and physical performance. You guys, if we do not get enough sleep, we are not going to perform physically and do the things that we need to do throughout the day. And then lastly, most importantly really, is that sleep gives us the energy that we need to walk out God's calling on our life. It's really important. I know that a lot of you are like, oh, that's nice. You can get 9 hours of sleep. I don't have time for that. Well, the question I have for you is, do you watch TV? If you have time during your day to watch TV or do electronics, and I'm not judging, but if you do, you have time for more sleep. Every night, I want to watch another episode of The Office, which I've watched 4 times, or Ozark, but I choose not to. I make a conscious choice to turn the TV off and go to bed because I know if I don't, everyone around me is going to pay for it tomorrow. So, first tip, you guys, we need to prioritize sleep. Second of all, is that I encourage you to drink water all day long. I could probably write a whole blog post on this. Water is key to health. If you go on the internet, you're going to find a lot of different opinions about how much water you should drink. And I'm not saying they're wrong, but what I tell people is just drink water all day long. Have a water bottle nearby. And you know what? Some people may disagree, but if you need to put some lemons in there or Propel packets, Gatorade, or even a little bit of lemonade to help you drink more water to start off, that's okay because we need to be drinking water. Third of all is set realistic goals. Hey, you guys, man, you are not a high school athlete anymore. I'm really sorry. And you're not a college athlete anymore. So if you have not been exercising, do not jump in and expect that you're going to perform at the same level. But also, you guys, do not compare yourself to others. When we compare ourselves, we are comparing the little that we know of someone else's life to the big picture of our life. And here's the thing, we have no idea how hard they've worked to get to that place. But not only that, unfortunately, not all of us have the same athletic abilities. I have to work hard for any athletic ability I have. Brian, no problem. He can not run for a month and run 10 miles and barely break a sweat. And you know what? That doesn't mean that I don't have to work hard. That means that I should not compare myself to Brian or other people. I just need to know that I'm doing the best that I can with what I have. Fourth, this sounds silly, but I feel like someone needs to hear this. You guys, don't start off with running. If you have not been exercising, running is amazing, but it's also really hard on your body, especially if you need to lose weight. It is not the way to start that. Every time that our foot touches the ground, we bear 5 times our body weight when we run. If you are 30, 40, 50 pounds overweight, that's a lot of extra weight every time your foot touches the ground. Find something else, lose some weight, get into shape, and then maybe start running. A lot of people that haven't run before and start that way get really discouraged or injured and give up. So just hear me. There's someone out there that needs to hear that. You don't need to start with running, which leads into my 5th point. You guys, find something you enjoy. Running has this like gold standard, or lifting weights, or certain classes, but really, you guys, find something you love. There's hundreds of ways to exercise. Find one, start there. If you don't love it, you're not going to keep doing it. And then 6. This is kind of a weird one, but I found this really important as I've worked with clients. Remember that there is something different about being active and exercising. When I am being active and go on a walk with my kids, I'm not going to have the same result as if I go on an exercise walk. Because when I'm active and going with my kids, we stop, we look at things, we pause, we talk, and it's great, and there's nothing like it, and it's so important to be active, but you're not going to get the same results as when you exercise. And we need to exercise for our heart, for weight loss, for our lungs. So just remember, you guys, just because you're active doesn't mean that you don't need to exercise. And number 7, dress the part. When I started at the Y, I used to laugh at people that came in with their new fancy outfits. I was so wrong, you guys. You gotta dress for success. If you dress ready to work out, there's a greater chance that you're gonna exercise. So in the morning, put your exercise clothes on. And if you can't work out right away, if you have those clothes on, I can guarantee you there's a much higher chance that you will work out later that day. And 8, find the right shoes. I know it sounds like a silly tip, but you guys, it's really important. If you're running, you need running shoes. If you're gonna do cross training, make sure that you find really good cross trainers. Running shoes are for running. They are designed specifically for that. Try not to use running shoes in other modes of exercise. And 9, surround yourself with healthy people. We become who we're like. Surround yourself with people that exercise and make healthy decisions. Instead of setting up a time for coffee or dinner, go for a walk. Meet up at the gym. And then lastly, you guys, when you set fitness goals, tell everyone you know. Everyone, put on social media, tell strangers, tell everyone you know. Because just knowing that other people know is going to hold you accountable in ways that you'll be surprised. So those are my last 10 tips that I can share with you. Hopefully you can take 1 or 2 from both of these lists and really implement them. So hopefully you can thrive more in this season of uncertainty. You guys, it comes with a cost. It comes with a cost of time and comfort and desire. We don't get to eat everything that we want. It's uncomfortable to start exercising, and it takes extra time for us to get the sleep that we need. But you know what? It's worth it. It's worth it. Because when you do those things and you start to feel the energy that you need to walk out your calling, you're never going to go back to the way that it was. I promise you. So take a couple tips, implement in your life, and let's thrive physically in this time of uncertainty.